Magandang buhay mga tugang! Kumusta kayong lahat dyan? Sana nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Teacher Dig. At kung bago ka pa lang sa aming YouTube channel, huwag mong kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-like. And click mo na din ang notification bell para updated ka sa aming mga videos. Yan. So, nung nakaraan, gumawa ang mga guro ng LDM course modules. Ngayon naman, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa paggawa ng practicum portfolio sa nasabing course. Pag-uusapan natin yan pagkatapos ng intro. Ano-ano nga ba ang nilalaman ng ating practicum portfolio? Ayan. So, may kita nyo sa screen, sa first page, ang ilalagay natin dyan ay syempre ang pangalan ng ating portfolio. Syempre, sa may bandang taas, merong heading. Syempre, nandyan naka-indicate ang ating school, address. Syempre, may logo. Yan. Ito ay ginawa natin, school year 2020-2021. Sa bandang left side, may picture. Sa right side, ang ating pangalan. Ang second page ay ang table of contents. Ano-ano mga nilalaman nito? Okay. Merong dalawang bahagi ang ating practicum portfolio. Yung isa, name of artifacts. Yung isa naman ay yung professional standard or strands. Okay. Sa name of artifacts, una na dyan ang individual monitoring plan. Okay, anong strands niya? 3.1, learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. Sunod, ang lesson plans. Siyempre, di mawawala sa atin yan. Meron tayo yan. Example dyan ay ang DLP, DLL, Weekly Home Learning Plan, WLP, WLL, Lesson Exemplars, at marami pang iba. Okay, ano ang nakapaloob dyan? So, 3.4, learners in difficult circumstances. 4.1, planning and management of teaching and learning process. 4.2, learning outcomes aligned with learning competencies. 5.1, design, selection, organization, and utilization of assessment and strategies. Pangatlong name of artifacts ay ang ating teacher-made modified learning resources. Okay, anong strand niya? Ito ang 4.5, teaching and learning resources including ICT. Meron tayo niyan. Next, ang certificates of participation in any professional development or PD activities. Okay, ano ang nakapaloob? 7.3, professional links with colleagues. 7.5, professional development goals. Next, ang reflective summary. 7.4, professional reflection and learning to improve practice. Okay, itong mga nabanggit ko, yan ay ang required artifacts. Okay, required artifacts. Yung sumunod ay ang self-selected artifacts. Ano-ano mga self-selected artifacts natin? Una na dyan, MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement. Okay, anong strand niya? Monitoring and evaluation of learner progress and achievement, and feedback to improve learning. Okay, next na dyan sa self-selected artifacts, MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues. Okay, professional links with colleagues. Next dyan, last but not the least, na nakalagay sa ating table of contents, MOVs on engaging key stakeholders in the teaching learning process. Okay, so ano ang strands niya? Ano ang kanyang professional standard? Okay, 5.4, communication of learner needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders. 6.2, engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. Okay. Itong lahat ng ito, ang kailangan natin dito ay pictures. Lahat ay pictures. Okay? Yan. So, paano natin gagawin ito? So, nag-search ako sa Google. Ayan. Nakita ko doon ang practicum portfolio guide. Okay, na gagawin natin. And syempre, nagtingin-tingin din ako sa YouTube kung ano-ano yung mga kailangan, kung paano nila ginawa. So, ayan. So, kaya naman, nagawa din tayo para tapos na din tayo at mai-share ko din sa inyo. Kasi alam nyo na, nung nakaraan, yung sa learning delivery modalities course, modules, yung sa module, ayan, so naging guide natin yon para sa LDM2 modules. Ayan. So, ngayon naman, okay, meron tong practicum portfolio guide. Okay, nakalagay doon. Okay, kung titingnan niyo, ito yon. Ayan. Na ang unang nakalagay ay name of artifacts. Sumunod ang professional standard or strands. Next ang image. At sa baba yung annotation. Okay, yung annotation ay tungkol doon sa pictures na inilagay mo. Okay? Meron din sa learning ay sa practicum portfolio guide kung paano mo siya i-explain sa annotation. Okay? Ayan. So, punta na tayo sa required artifacts. Una nakalagay sa name of artifact ay ang individual learning monitoring plans. Okay, lahat naman tayo mayroong ganyan kasi alam naman natin na ang mga bata ay kailangan nating bigyan ng atensyon. Okay, kasi alam natin na meron talaga mga batang kailangan talagang matutupang bumasa, sumulat. Ayan. So, ito naman sa akin, nilagay ko dito ay tungkol sa reading. Okay. So, kung makikita niyo dyan, mga kaguro, ay naka-blurred. Okay, may takip ang pangalan ng bata. Dahil nakalagay din yan sa ating guide na kung may pangalan ng bata ay kailangan i-blurred. Kung may picture ng bata o magulang o kung sino man na hindi ka humingi ng pahintulot ay kailangan nating i-blurred o kaya takpan. Okay po? So, ayan. So, ilan ang kailangan natin dito? Ang kailangan natin dyan ay 3 proof. Okay? 3 proof. And then, pwede isang bata lang para makita natin ang improvement. O pwede namang iba-iba. Okay? So, yun yung nakalagay sa ating guide. Yung unang ILMP niya, nilagay ko sa annotation, during the submission of video output about reading, kasi nagpapasend ako ng video ng mga binabasa ng bata, I noticed that this pupil couldn't read the words correctly and somebody is murmuring beside him. Okay, na-experience natin yan. Since I couldn't be able to visit him personally due to the IATF memo, so I decided to let him attend a remedial reading after synchronous class. I also sent supplementary reading materials for him to read it during asynchronous class. So, the date stated is the start of my intervention. That was on November. Okay, next na ILMP niya, siya pa rin yan, same bata pa rin. Okay, yung learner status niya, nag-improve na. Okay, unlike doon sa una na nakalagay, he reads the words incorrect. Tapos, yung sumunod na ILMP niya, he can already read the words and paragraph correctly. So, may improvement sa pangalawang ILMP niya. Okay, anong annotation? I already noticed that this pupil was able to read the words correctly. Parents' participation and guidance has a big impact to learners' improvement. Okay, yun yung sa pangalawa niya. Ang pangatlo niya, same pa din ang artifact. Una pa din tayo. At same na bata pa din. Okay. Yung learner status niya ay evident. Okay, ang nilagay ko sa annotation sa kanyang pangatlong ILMP, I am delighted that this pupil can now read from words to sentences to paragraphs and stories with comprehension. Okay. Ayan. So, at least nakita natin na may improvement ang bata. Okay? So, siyempre, kailangan natin ng gabay talaga ng magulang. Next artifact natin ay ang lesson plans. Okay? Yung lesson plans na nakalagay dyan, merong 4 na strands o standard. Ang ginawa ko, pinagsama ko na lang ang 3.4 tsaka 4.1. So, ito yung tungkol sa lesson planning. Okay? So, ayan siya. Okay, ang nilagay ko dyan sa aking weekly home learning plan ay kung sa palagay natin kaya ng batang gawin, ilagay natin. Okay? At kaya din nilang gawin. So, yun ang aking weekly home learning plan. Ito, ang kinuha ko ay ang quarter 2, week 1. Okay? So, ayan siya. Tapos, ang ilalagay natin dito ay 2 or 3. Okay, na lesson plan. So, ang nilagay ko ay dalawa, yung isa weekly home learning plan and yung isa ay block plan. So, meron din kaming block plan. So, per subject yon. So, lahat kami ay may assignment na per subject. Tapos, i-upload namin sa aming FB group and everybody can use. Okay? So, yan. So, ang annotation ko dito tungkol sa lesson plan, the WHLP aids teachers to keep track about the learning process that's suitable for the pupils. It is more concise based on the most essential learning competencies or MELC. Moreover, the competencies, learning objectives, performance tasks, and the learning outputs, etc. are still evident in the teaching learning process. Okay. Ayan. So, ano pang kasama nito na pangalawang artifact? Okay. So, ang 4.2 ay ang learning outcomes aligned with learning competencies. Okay. So, ito ay galing sa Messenger. Kasi ako po ay nagche-check sa Messenger. Kasi, para mabilis din, di ka na maghihintay ng Biyernes para kunin ang mga gawa nila. At least, agad-agad nakikita na ng magulang na may check na ang gawa ng kanilang anak. Okay? So, yan po yung example. Halo-halo po yan. Iba-ibang grading. At iba't ibang bata din po. Iba-ibang mga bata. Okay. So, ano yung annotation? Here are some of the asynchronous activities that I checked via online. It only means that they understand the instructions in their modules. And the outputs of the learners are aligned with the learning competencies. Okay, so ayun po. Yan. So next sa ating pangalawang artifact. Okay, ito yung last na strand nung sa lesson plan natin. Okay, 5.1, Design, Selection, Organization, and Utilization of Assessment Strategies. Okay, nilagay ko po dyan yung aming FB group. Okay po, nung bago magpasukan ay nakagawa na po kami ng aming FB group. Para doon po ako magpo-post ng mga activities. Meron na po dyan sa FB group, meron din sa ating Messenger. So, gawa din po kami ng video lesson. Dahil assign kami sa MTB, ayan, so meron kaming ginawang video lesson. At gumagawa din po kami ng PowerPoint. So, yun yung ina-upload ko doon sa FB group ng section na hawak ko. Okay, ano yung annotation ko? Okay, before the start of this school year, I created a group chat via Messenger and FB group exclusively for my section. In our FB group, I am organizing my assessment through posting the PDF file with pictures. Okay, kasi di ba yung iba hindi man na-open ng PDF file. So, aside from my PDF file na module, okay, ito din ay naka-screenshot o kaya naka-through picture. Okay? So, para yung iba mabilis ding ma-access. Okay. So, meron na din doon instructions para maintindihan nila kung anong gagawin. I also uploaded video lesson in my YouTube channel. So, please subscribe. Especially in MTB, MLE where I am assigned. Okay, so I encourage them to watch my video lesson and do the enrichment activities. Because of these strategies, my parents and pupils will have an easy access to utilize the lesson for that day. Either asynchronous or synchronous classes. Okay, yun yung mga advantage doon pag uploaded siya sa Facebook, o kaya sa YouTube. Okay, so anytime pwede nilang ma-access. Proceed na tayo sa ating ikatlong artifact. Okay, yung ikatlong artifact natin ay teacher-made modified learning resources. Ano ang strand niya? Okay, teaching and learning resources including ICT. Okay, so dahil nasa online class tayo, nagsasagawa tayo ng synchronous classes. Okay po? So, ayan. So, meron tayong ginagawang PowerPoint presentation. Meron pa tayong ginagawang video lesson. So, para talaga ito ang ating estudyante. Okay, nilagay ko dyan sa annotation. Every asynchronous class, I send the lesson through FB group and Messenger group. In our grade level, we are assigned by our master teacher by pair to make a PowerPoint presentation per subject and uploaded to our grade 2 FB group. So, pag na-upload na nila, so pwede na namin makuha at pwede na namin mailagay sa aming lesson. Okay. So, we made also video presentation so that the pupils will be able to understand the lesson well. Moreover, during synchronous classes, ito na yung synchronous, I see to it that the presentation is appealing to the pupils so that they will participate actively. So, I used Google Meet platform during synchronous because that's my parents' option to use and easy for them to utilize. Okay, so gamit na gamit ang ating ICT. Okay, so sila gumagamit sa cellphone, pwede din sa tablet na bigay ni Yorme. Ayan. Okay, next ay pang-apat na artifact, okay? Certificates of participation in any professional development activities. Okay, so dito, ang kailangan lang dito ay 2 to 3 certificates. Okay? Sigurado lahat tayo ay meron nito. Okay, dun pa lang sa inset natin. Okay, so, kaya nilagay ko din ang certificate ko dito sa inset. Okay, mga kaguro, takpan nyo din po yung mga pangalan at saka mga signatories ng ating certificate. Okay, and of course, takpan din natin ang QR code. Okay, for our privacy. Okay, at saka privacy din po ng mga signatories. Okay. So, anong annotation ko? So, seminars and trainings in this time of pandemic indeed a big help for the teachers, especially the utilization of gadgets and social media platform. It helps us to improve our professional growth. Those certificates shown above were part of my PD, Professional Development, specifically the INSET. Okay, so pinaghirapan natin yun ng 5 araw. Most of the topics during INSET were about the use of technologies. I applied it by making more interactive supplementary materials for our pupils. I am also learning innovative strategies and techniques that will benefit by our pupils' educational growth even in this amidst of crisis. Okay. So, yan. So, hindi na sayang ating certificate dahil na-apply natin ito sa ating pagtuturo. Yan. So, proceed tayo sa ating reflective summary. Okay. Sa reflective summary, mga kaguro, ang strand niya, ang professional standard niya ay professional reflection and learning to improve practice. Sa practicum portfolio guide ay merong question doon na kailangan nating sagutin. Ano yung question na yon? Nakalagay dyan. Do you feel that this collection of work really reflects your abilities and what you have achieved this year through the LDM course? Yan. Why or why not? Okay, sasagutin lang natin yan. So, ako ang sinagot ko dyan, maikli lang, reflective essay. Okay. So, sinagot ko ang tanong dyan, yes. This collection of work reflects my abilities and achievements in my performance this year through this LDM course. Despite of the crisis that we are facing, I strive hard to educate and reach out the parents and learners to ensure that their learning will not be compromised by the pandemic. Okay, so kahit may pandemic, dapat tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral ng mga bata. Through social media platforms, learning becomes easier and more accessible to every learner. Okay, gamit na gamit ang ating social media platform. Okay, kagaya ng Google Meet, yan, Facebook, o kung ano pang mas madali sa ating parents. In order to continue my professional growth and development, I have been attending various seminars and trainings that are helpful in my career. Okay, so seminar naman natin ay through online. It improves my teaching strategies in times of this hardship. Okay, overall, this practicum portfolio does not only reflect my efforts and my performances, but also I earned knowledge and experiences in promoting and ensuring that quality education is achieved. Gaya na sinasabi natin, sulong edukalidad. Okay, so ayan po ang aking reflective summary. So maikli lang po ang sagot ko dyan. Kayo po, depende po sa inyo kung habaan nyo yung sagot nyo, kung marami kayong insights na ilalagay, okay, depende po yun sa inyo. So, ayun po. So, wala na akong nilagay ditong annotation kasi nasabi ko na po dito sa aking reflective essay. Okay, proceed tayo sa second part ng ating portfolio. Ito ang self-selected artifacts. Okay, so ito yung mga nilalaman. So, una na dyan ay ang ating MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement. Okay. So, ang strand niya, 5.2, Monitoring and Evaluation of Learner Progress and Achievement. Sa akin, nagsasagawa ako ng meeting sa mga magulang. Okay, lalo na pag the end of the quarter, ayan, nagpapa-meeting ako para may sabi ko sa kanila kung may improvement ang kanilang anak, okay, kung ano ang problema pa sa sa learning nila, ayan. So, ayan, in-screenshot ko dyan. Buti na lang talaga nag-screenshot tayo, mga kaguro. So, ayan. So, ito yung conference. Ano lang to? Recent lang to. Ayan. So, parent-teacher conference. Ayan. Ayan ako. And then, siyempre, yan mga parents ko. Ayan. At ito yung message ko bago nagpatawag ng meeting. Okay, nakalagay din dyan. So, ito ay noong May 14. Okay? Ayan. Ang annotation ko na nilagay, this is one of the parent-teacher conferences in my section. During this meeting, we talked about their children's performances. I may able to talk to them one by one. I have given them feedback and recommendations in order to improve their children. Okay, I also thank them for always supporting their kids, especially when I am giving activities that needs guidance and supervision. Kasi di man masasagot ng bata yun ng madalian kung walang guide ng magulang. So, needed talaga ang guide ng ating mga magulang. Okay, I also message the details of the meeting to those who did not able to attend the conference. Okay, kasi alam natin yung mga magulang, busy din sila sa paghanap buhay. So, naiintindihan ng mga guro yan. Okay, so kaya flexible tayo sa ganyang pagkakataon. Ang pangalawang professional standard niya, ito ang feedback to improve learning. So, dahil ako ay nagche-check sa aking messenger, okay, bihira ang sa face-to-face. Alam naman natin na kailangan nating mag-ingat, okay? So, nag-ingat ka sa sarili mo at iningatan mo din ang kapwa mo. So, kaya through messenger. So, ayan, naglalagay ako dyan kapag nagawa ng bata, okay, very good, yan. Minsan, yung iba late nang magpasa. Okay, kaya iniisa-isa ko yan. So, halimbawa, ESP, karapatan, check, English, check. Okay, antonyms, synonyms, kung nakapasa na, check, ganyan. Kasi yung iba, late talaga magpasa. Pero okay lang naman yon. Okay, nakalagay dyan, nagpa-memorize pa, very good ang bata. Yan. So, dito sa parting baba, ang nilagay ko naman dito, yung may kailangang i-improve sa pagbasa. Okay, kaya minsan sinasabi ko dyan na haba bakasyon ay, magbasa po si ganito. Yan. So, para sa anak din naman niya yun. So far, so good naman itong mga batang ito kasi nakakabasa na sila. So, anong annotation? In every reading activity, parents will send to me the video output of their child. I always give feedback on every pupil's output. Okay, may sa reading, may sa quizzes, yan. So, I put affirmations such as very good, excellent, good job, o kung ano pang mga affirmations na ibibigay natin sa bata. Okay, furthermore, I call the attention of those pupils that need improvement in their reading skills. So, by then, my slow readers are now good readers. Okay, nag-improve na sila because of the follow-up of their parents. So, syempre, kailangan ang teacher ay mangungulit din. Nay, kumusta si ganito? Babasa po ba siya? Okay, so ganun. So, syempre, ang teacher nag-send din ng mga gawain mga babasahin. So, para merong pagkunan ang magulang ng kanilang, kumbaga meron silang resources. So, para mabasa nila, maturuan, mag-guide, ma-supervise ang kanilang anak. So, ayun yun. Okay, next natin, ang MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues. Ay, sobrang dami tayo nito. Ang dami nating pictures nito. Okay, very good doon sa mga nag-screenshot, nagpipicture, kung may remembrance, ang iniisip lang natin, remembrance ganyan. So, yung pala, kailangan din pala talaga natin ito. So, ito yung anong is professional standard niya. Professional links with colleagues. Okay. So, ano ang ilalagay natin dito sa professional links of colleagues? Okay. So, ang ilalagay natin dyan ay ang LAC session, faculty meetings, in-service trainings, okay, synchronous LAC sessions, or pwede din naman social distance in person. Okay. So, social distance in person, syempre kailangan nating sundin ang health protocols para sa safety natin. So, ang nilagay ko dyan, yung mga LAC session namin, yung tungkol sa disaster, nandyan din. Itong recent lang, yung aming master teacher, shout out sa'yo, Ma'am Mildred Agasang. Ayan, so, nag-LAC session kami tungkol dito sa practicum portfolio. So, ayan. So, yung ibang teachers dyan ay nilagyan ko ng, tinakpan ko kasi hindi ako nakapagpaalam sa kanila. So, para sa privacy din mga guro. Ayan. Okay, so nilagay ko din diyan ang aming FB group ng grade level namin. So para madali ang access namin sa mga gawain. Okay, so meron ding messenger para kung ano ang kailangang reports, okay, mas mabilis. Okay, yung annotation ko diyan, in this time of pandemic, social media platforms are very vital. In our school, we usually use Google Meet, Messenger, Facebook, and alike to communicate. So, bihira lang ang sa face-to-face pag kailangan lang talaga. So, it helps us to disseminate the information and submit all the reports easily. It is also the approach where to raise our concerns and issues about our pupils' educational growth. We attended professional activities to continuously acquire significant insights to improve our teaching and learning abilities even in this pandemic. So, those pictures shown above that as teachers, ikaw yon, kasama ka, teachers are dedicated and passionate sa ating profession. Yan. So, hindi natin pagkakaila yan. Last but not the least na artifact sa self-selected artifact. MOBs on engaging key stakeholders in the teaching learning process. Okay, dalawa ang strand niya. Yung una, communication of learner needs progress and achievement to key stakeholders. Yung pangalawa, engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. Okay, so yung unang strand nito na engaging key stakeholders in the teaching learning process, okay, ang nilagay ko dyan ay ang picture o screenshot ng meeting sa magulang. Nung simula ng pasukan, yan, nangangapa pa tayo, pati ang magulang, ganyan. So, ang daming nagsilabas ang mga problems encountered, ganyan. So, kailangan talaga yung mapag-usapan. So, yun yung nilagay ko dyan. Okay, so ano yung annotation? Teacher-parents communication is very important. O, alam mo naman natin yan. I scheduled meetings through Google Meet so that I can address the needs and progress of my pupils. Last time, I conducted a face-to-face meetings together with the selected parents to talk to them. Okay, selected parents. To talk to them personally about the difficulties encountered during online classes. So, I see to it that everybody follows the health protocols. Okay, may face mask, face shield, may alcohol na dala, naka-social distancing. Ayan. Okay na. So, next tayo na nakapaloob dito sa last ng self-selected artifact. Yung 6.2, engagement of parents in the wider school community in the educative process. So, ang nilagay ko dito ay yung pagbigay ni Yorme ng tablet. Okay, sa mga bata. So, busy din ang mga guro. Per grade level yan. Okay, per grade level. And then, syempre, through the grade chairman. So, nilagay ko dyan yung distribution of modules. Okay, di ko na nilagay yung mga picture ng magulang. Ang daming tatakpan. Okay, so kaya kami lang. O, yan. So, mga co-teacher ko to. Ayan. Okay naman sa kanila na nandyan ang kanilang mukha. Okay, yan. So, ayan. So, mga chairman, co-chairman. So, ito yung sumunod na picture ay yung distribution of tablets and SIM cards. Okay, so, napakaswerte ng Manila na nabigyan ng tablet yung mga bata. Okay? Ayan. So, anong annotation? The chairperson of every grade level conducted a meeting about the distribution of tablets coming from the LGU of Manila, headed by Mayor Isko Moreno. So these tablets given are essential to all our learners. The school distributed the tablets and modules to the respective grade levels following the IATF health protocols. So ang ginawa namin sa school ay everyday iba-ibang grade level. Depende. Okay, kung tapos na, tsaka per oras kada section para hindi talaga crowded. Okay, so talagang sobrang ingat din sa school talaga. Okay, so despite of our condition nowadays, we teachers are extending our guidance and supervision to our learners. Okay, so ayan, mga kaguro, mga tugang, so nakumpleto na natin ang ating practicum portfolio. Diba? Sobrang dali lang. Okay, nakalagay sa practicum portfolio guide, ang submission nito ay July 2021. So, alam naman natin na July ay ang end of school year natin. So, ayan mga kaguro, mga tugang. So, tapos na ang ating video. Sana natulungan kayo ng video na ito para makagawa ng inyong practicum portfolio. So, ayun. So, huwag niyong kalimutan lang mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel, Teacher Dig. Yan. So, and then, click mo na din ang notification bell para updated ka sa aming videos. And then, kung may correction sa aking video, sa aking ginawang practicum portfolio, pwede po kayong mag-comment sa baba, sa comment section, para makorek ko po yung aking portfolio. Okay po? So, ayun lang. So, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at ingat kayo palagi. Bye!